What's up? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing? I get it. You guys can get on me tonight. I'm cool with it. I deserve it. Did you guys see any changes at all? Not necessarily just yet. I get it. You guys. All right, we got sound. We're good. Y'all ain't got to see the studio. You ain't got to see YouTube. We're making progress. And guess what? The background's going to change too. I'm sorry for being late. There was a lot that I've been doing. There's been a lot under the surface. I've been working, right? Been working, trying to get us some trade ideas. But more importantly, trying to get other things arranged. And I'm going to move us. We're going to move us. We're going to have CNBC, stuff like that in the morning. So, man, it's going to be great. Already, though, see, it's slowly becoming not rookie hour, right? No studio, no clicking, go live on YouTube. We moving on up, all right? Progress in your life is good. Just keep fighting, people. Keep fighting. It's like we're going to fight in the markets, and we're just going to get to where we want to go to in life. That's what it's all about. What's up, guys? I'm Justin. This is the Ivy League live stream. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. If you have not done so already, could you hit that like, subscribe if you have not subscribed. We're trying to get to 100 likes, and 100 likes and 100 subscribers. It's just me here. So the point of this live stream is so we can get ready for the week. Right? We do this free 99. If you appreciate that, right? You can hit the like, subscribe. Sorry, I'm just in a good mood. You know, it was a busy weekend. I was so tired today, but I got a video out. I got the educational ones coming, right? Progress, work. I'm telling you all, I was tired this weekend. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Hope you guys are ready to get down to business. If you did not check out the video I posted earlier, could you please go check that out? For a number of reasons. And if you could, give it a like, possibly a comment. Give me a comment on something that I could do better. You know what I mean? I like constructive criticism. It's been one of those days, guys, where it's just been, you know, I went out this weekend, went to a car show and stuff, and was out a little late and woke up a little late today. It's all good, but it was like I was so beat. You know, but other than that, it was a good, fun weekend. But I'm ready to get down to work. Ready to get down to business, guys and girls. So, again, thank you guys for joining me. I'm not going to stretch that on too long. If you could, other than hitting that like, we're trying to get to 100 likes, 100 subscribers. Hit the subscribe. If you are not subscribed, throw in the tickers. Let's go through them. What are you guys watching? I'm going to go through a whole bunch. That's what we're going to do here. I want to see retail sales. Let me back it up. All right, I have ADHD horribly. So if I do something, if I say I'm going to do something, I forget. Throw it in the chat. See, I forgot what I was going to say. No, I'm just kidding. But throw it in the chat. Say, hey, bro, you did not cover this, and you said you were going to. Like the video, I did not cover financial conditions. Right? I didn't cover that. It's all good. It's all good, right? I had it written down in front of my face. But again, it's going to take me a little bit of time getting used to this. We just started this channel not too long ago. If you don't know, I've been trading for about 7 years. Or not about, but I have been trading for every bit of probably 8 years, 7, 8 years, 6, 7, if not 8. I stopped counting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the markets. But the thing that does matter is that you do have time in the markets. Because I will promise you, if you follow the right guidance that, you know, not just maybe not just me, but see, I can't say it. I'm just going to say here, if you take some of that guidance, maybe put your own spin to it. You can use this one tool out of the many tools you have in life to get you where you want to be, or to have some things, retire, I don't know, go on a vacation, like we say, you know, maybe paying for the people behind you, right? Getting their eggs, getting that bread and eggs and milk for them, you know. It's just, you know, good positive energy. And you know, when you have a good week, you know, it's like, this is what helps make other people happy too. So I would hope to be able to put us in the right position, not just me, but all of us. Maybe you guys put me in the right position. Who knows, right? I don't know if we have any IPOs this week. So the one thing I am looking at is retail sales. So again, I got to go back before I forget. Consumer inflation expectations. Okay. I don't know why that's not highlighted, but so you remember in the video, if you haven't watched it, I said, let's see if we, get a little bounce back and then fade it in the weekend. Well, let's look here. Right? Let's go to AME/S. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a relaxing weekend. We are already down. Well, we're not already down, but let's go look at this 15-minute. Let's go look at the 5-minute. So, if you have not seen the video, please go back and view it, right? Because then you're going to get a grasp for what's going on. We have this ascending wedge that's been put in. Clear support, very clear resistance, right? Very clear resistance. We are down bigly. You're down already 18.18, like you're down 0.25. We'll just call it just under 0.25% right now. And we're dropping quick. What's going on? Is there data? And look at that RSI. It's already still a little bit undersold. If you guys don't know and you're just joining us, after you hit that like and subscribe, which I'm not going to continue to repeat, we're trying to get to 100 subscribers, and I really would like to try and hit 100 likes. It's a goal of mine. So if you find any of this worthy, think about it. It goes a long way. It's just me that does this. I don't ask for a dime. Unlike, other groups and stuff like that, they pay just to hang out and chart and come up with ideas. Anyway, back to the point. I said that I thought that we would bounce back. I would look for maybe a bounce back and then fade it end of the week. I'm actually going to go throw that in the trash now because that's everybody and their mother's thought. So we're going to say we want to see if we can also get a sell-off and then a bounce back. Well, let's see if that happens. Right? So what time is it here? It is 12 or 1:15. I'm sorry. It's 1:15 here where I'm at. I'm sorry. What? It's 7:15, right? I'm not in Europe. I'm just kidding. It's 10:15. I'm just kidding. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in the Southeast. I'm in Miami. I was trying to make it seem like I was on the West Coast, but it is what it is. It's all good. Y'all know where I'm at. If y'all in Miami, hit me up. What's up? What up? Anyway, it is 10:15 here in Miami. 10:15 Miami Central East Coast time. Nothing. We have nothing. Was there news? No, we don't need to see that page. No, we did all that work for nothing. So again, guys, I am moving the stream over. Let's see here. And does this come up on your screen correctly? I want to make sure everything is right. So, nothing. 4 ways to brew. I don't know, guys. I don't know what that was all about. I have no idea. I don't see, what I'm getting at is I don't see any data that gave us that sharp 5-minute candle to the downside. See, it's like 9. There's nothing here at 10 o'clock, and I'm on Monday. I should be on Sunday. Hold up. So we don't see. I need Sunday, bro. Come on. Dates. Today's not Monday. Yesterday. Sunday. Nothing. No. I'm not accepting that. There's got to be more. What the is going on here? Alright, so there's no news. If you guys see anything, if there is news, just let me know. Yeah, so that's fine. Let's get into it. let's get into it. So we are dropping. Um, we are dropping. All right. So yields have had a gap up, right? You want to first thing I do in the morning. Sorry for taking that long of time, but the first thing I do when I come in the day is I want to know. I already know the area. It's not like, I mean, unless something crazy happens, you're not going to get this huge rip on yields unless the Fed has literally done something or something crazy has happened, right? So BlackRock says cool 4 days. Man. All right. CTAs. Remember I told you guys I was going to have oh, I didn't tell you guys. I did tell someone that I seen at the car meet that I was going to have this up. So I do have some CTA positioning for you. I'm going to send it over. It is from the guy Steve Meter. All right, that's where I got this information from. And he publicly puts this out, so I'm going to use it. So this is not necessarily, everyone gets their information from somewhere. So we have a pop in the 2-year yields, right? Let's go to the 10-year. All right, 10 years are pulling back like we thought that they would. All right, we thought that they would start to do that because they look at that run that they've had. Isn't that insane? That's an insane run, guys. So I want to see if we get this ascending wedge put in and then we get our drop. Does something come in? This right now is lined up to literally take us into the beginning of October. It feels like you're either going to drop out or give me something else. I need time. See, okay. Let's do this because I want to see if, because this is a good way to go with time, right? Throw some time in there. Oh, so September. Okay, November. Why do they not have? Okay, there it is. I was like, where is December at? All right, so this is the end of September. This is the end. My only friend. You get it. So I don't need to do that. There's a slight gap up. I know. I'm gonna get down to business, guys. I know. I apologize. But thank you guys for joining us. If you haven't already done so, please hit the like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 likes and 100 subscribers. All right. I think our little girl is coming in here. No, little Abby has not joined us. I actually am working on something that she's going to be on. I'm going to make her on the thumbnail. I'm putting her on the thumbnail, gang. So let's do this. Look at that flag that's forming there, right on the 2-year or 20-year. I was actually looking for a pop back up on TLT, so we'll see if that is still the case, right? If you don't know, TLT is a 20-year treasury, Barclays 20-year treasury. So we had a slight gap up. This is very close, if not is, a wedge that I would consider an ascending wedge that I would consider bearish. You guys have to understand, like, so I was talking to somebody this weekend, and if you are joining us, hello, it's good to see you. You're probably not here because it's a little late. You got to get up early, but we'll sleep when we're dead here. We try and do the damn thing and get where we want to be in life. So he had a picture of like patterns and stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool. Or he had a picture of it, and I'm like, that's awesome. He's new. He's trying to learn. Like, ultimately, and being new, you're not going to know this, but you can't. It's not that you can't go by that, because it's the same chart that all of us have probably seen, where it just has the lines and it shows you the patterns. You're going to know these things because if I give you an ascending wedge, I could come up with it a couple different ways, right? You also need to have volume. You need to see what the volume is like that, because you could get a failed break down or a failed break out, right? Volume is so key on those. Volume is so key. I have an example that I wanted to do an education lesson on about the S&Ps and what they did Friday, right? They did exactly that, right? They did have a wedge here that was damn near beautiful, right? It was nice. You guys can see it probably already, right? So if I draw this out, you're going to see a failed breakout. And that's because it's also at resistance. You know, we hung at this level for quite a while. Now, if I do it on a 3-minute chart or something, if I do it from the close, see, if I do it from the close, then I have to do it from a different candle. Yeah, let me go to like a 3-minute, or even I think I was on a 1-minute. I mean, it's gonna put in picture. It's gonna show you in more. See how it hits there, but man, how did I do this Friday? I think I went off because we never closed up here, right? But I also don't want to say I'm going to go from the close and then do this and then not, I can't just say I'm going to count these wicks because we never closed up there. But it's not that deep, right? That's not it. Guys, I'm telling you, it's got to be there. It's got to be that. I know it is. I know it is. You see how you had a breakout, right? We had a breakout. This is important. This is the stuff. So I have Ivy League Trading. Our goal is to help you be able to become the most profitable, even if you don't make any money, but you don't lose money, right? We're here to help you become the best trader that you can be. I've been doing this for a long time. I started this stream because there's so much nonsense. Whether you sit through an hour-long sales pitch just to get an analysis on the S&Ps for 5 minutes, or they just want to just suck the money out of your pocket, right? They charge you to hang out and watch charts. I've never been in a group, right? I never had to be. I was taught this, right? This is why I started it. So if you guys appreciate it, hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. We did drop a video earlier. If you check that out, it's a really good video. Paints a picture on what's going on. If you watch that, if you're new, you may not really fully understand it, but you will, like, if you are a trader, you'll understand exactly how I'm going to position myself this week. And I'm going to go through a bunch of tickers, and if you guys have tickers, please throw them in the chat. But I wanted to show you because this person was new, and I'm like, it's good that he has it up there, and I don't know how hard he is willing to, or how much time and work he wants to spend, and if he actually wants to get good at this. So you had a failed breakout right there. Well, look at the volume. And look what else, guys. Look at the breakout. Oh, and the volume. Right? Look at that. So what I'm getting at is you actually, and I took a picture of this because I'm going to do a lesson on this. And it's just like a 5-minute, 10-minute video, really however long it takes. Let me blow this up a little bit because if you guys notice on the breakout, look at that breakout. Bang. Look at the volume on the breakout. How many people you think got sucked into that long? Right into that resistance level, right? Then what'd you have? You didn't have the follow through. And why did you not have follow through? Look what happened right after that candle. Right? Can you guys see that? What happened right after that candle Friday? What happened was everybody and their mother knew that this was resistance, that it held all week, and now made it resistance in the morning, lunch, and afternoon. Once they saw that volume come in, I knew it. As soon as I seen that volume on the 1 minute, whoever's trading on a 2-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute, because even on a 3-minute, if that candle's green, you're going to see that small volume, and then you're going to see that green candle move, and whether, even if it's coming down, you're going to see that volume move real to the downside. And just because it closes green, it could be deceiving the people who didn't watch it or know this. But look at the volume that came in at the end of that candle, right? Look at that volume. What happened afterwards? Look how the volume just dropped dead. Look at that, just decreased, right? That volume fell off the map once they knew that selling pressure came back in at that resistance. They didn't even try to get long. They stepped aside and said, I'm going to get it at a lower price. And then what happened to get the break? Well, you got a bounce. But what'd you get a bounce on? You got a bounce on heavier selling volume again. So that's a failed breakout, telling you before it does fail to break out. So we're going to get into some Bitcoin. We're going to get into all these trades, a little bit of earnings. We're going to cover just a ton of charts. Where do we want to be long? Where do we want to be short? If the market does this, we're doing that. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I have to do it. This is what I do. You know, so you know, that's what I'm getting at. It looks like you did try, as you can see here with futures, right? You popped your head up above it. Didn't I? If you go watch that video, right? I said we could possibly get a gap up, but I was leery on the gap up, but the way it was setting up was we could get a gap up, and that would be a failed gap up above and swing it back down. What would I do for the futures? Well, if we do get down to this low, which I don't think we do, we could. There's a lot going on. I'm going to touch on it right now. My first thing would be to watch it, and if we come up and make this resistance, and I would start looking for the low of Friday. All right, so let's go into the sentiment real quick. All right, first off, kind of important, I guess not as important, wheat. I don't know what wheat futures are. Let's go to, let's take it to TradingView, guys, okay? This might be something to look at. I want to look at wheat futures. Let me see if I can get, man, I could look it up, but I don't know what wheat futures would be unless you guys know what they are. And if you guys could throw in some tickers that you guys want to go over, that you guys are watching this week. So let's see here. I have some really cool stuff. Like I said, we have CTA positioning, we have trade ideas, all that fun stuff to go over. I can't type like this. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I do apologize. Can you guys see me? So, again, we are moving the stream. Oh, ZW. I was thinking WB, but ZW. ZZ. All right. Let's see. So, I noticed also that when I was at that car show, guys, there was not anyone. There was like nothing, because I noticed like online, and nothing bad happened or anything. It was just like I felt like there was nothing there to be seen, because I was like, I started to get the impression that people weren't going to bring out, you know, those type of vehicles because they didn't want them. They just, maybe they were there earlier, but as the afternoon came, you know, I felt like maybe there was just a whole bunch of junk and really, really young kids that showed up, and they all just decided to leave or not show up because, you know, they didn't want their stuff getting damaged or something happening or something. I don't know. But it was a shame, because this car show has always had like a bunch of really cool stuff to be seen. And then, you know, the last year and really this year is when it's gotten messed up. So what I'm saying is watch wheat. So if we look up wheat real quick, there was news with Russia doing something with this ship, right? So I want to watch wheat. So this is going to be something that could it's not going to necessarily impact the markets, but it's something to watch. Oh my gosh, I can't type like this. Sorry guys, I gotta put this up here. I do apologize. It's gonna mess me up writing too, but whatever. I'm gonna have a bigger desk. We're going there tomorrow morning. All right. I hope you guys have had a great night. Hope you guys had a great weekend. So, wheat climbs after Russia fires on Black Sea ship for inspection. Right? That's crazy. That's so ridiculous, man. I don't understand this ridiculous. I mean, I know why they're doing it, but look at that. Unbelievable. Look at all that. Oh, look at all that green and stuff. This also plays in part. What this does, this is inflationary, guys. It really is. And if you could throw up some tickers, because we're going to go through those tickers and stuff. This is inflationary. Why is it inflationary? Because a lot of this stuff is not just the United States, right? I guess Ukraine is, you know, it's not I guess, but they are one of the biggest grain exporters. and soil, right? Topsoil. If this continues to happen, what's that going to do to food, right? How much of this stuff starts to affect cattle, right? Things of that nature. People, starving stuff. Like, it's going to cost more money. The government's going to have to spend more money. I mean, what happened to all these peace deals with other countries, India and China trying to step in to stop this stuff? What happened to that? Like, come on, we can do better. Russia, you can do better. I get it. We don't care for who the guy that's in office either. But it's not like the United States is going to waste their money. And I get, I'm not going to say anything. It is what it is. This is what happens. So this is inflationary. It doesn't seem like it right now, but it could if this continues. It's just a matter of time before it has its impact. Sorry, I just had to get loosened up. Just my wrist was hurting. So I would check that out. And there's more, and there's starting to be, guys. If China is not going to have this strong economy and rally back, that's going what's that going to mean for the world, right? What's that going to mean? This slowdown is just going to get even more enhanced, because it's like, who are we going to depend on while Europe and Australia, we're all lowering or raising interest rates and things are going to slow down. But China's economy just opened up not too long ago, but now their stuff is going to, it's not popping back like they expected. So I have some data here, and I have something I want to show you guys, right? So growth has stalled. Youth unemployment is at a record high. Youth unemployment. Housing market is collapsing. Companies are struggling with recurring supply chains. So there was severe drought, and so yeah, they're having another real estate issue. It seems like this is what 2022-09. So this is deceiving. Why would they put up front 2022? That's bull crap, right? That's bull crap. So here's what I'm going to show you guys real quick, okay? Let me send this over. This stuff is important because you're going to see it affect us as well. It's just a matter of time. So that's CTA positioning. Let's see here. Global, no. So producer price index. No, man, I didn't get it. Crud. No. I know why I don't have it, guys. I can bring it up real quick. And we're, like I say, I do apologize. We're getting on to the charts. I'm covering this because this is why the market could go down, right? This is why the market could go down, or at least start to stall and then possibly rally at the end of the week, or we just have a down week, in and out, right? So let's go to China, export, Fred. Let's go here. Look at that drop off. Look at that drop off, guys. Ladies and gents. Look at that drop off. This is what the worry is. When was this? January, February, March. That was in March. And what's funny, January 2023, we started in October. December. So look at this exports. So this is value of goods total for China, right? International trade. Look at this. Look at these exports. They're way down. And that is a steep decline, right? 360 billion. And it's down to what? It got cut in half. It's like 271 billion. That's so bad. That's not good, right? If we're going into a state of, contraction and slowing down, China is supposed to, should be, because they've done stimulus, they've done a lot of stuff. They recently just opened up. We do a lot of manufacturing and stuff over there. If this is not going to be good for China, then that means there's nothing for us to fall back on, in a sense. It's not like we're going to fall back on it, but this all has its role with, China also buying products that from our companies, right? We are consumer based, right? We're consumer based, as in the United States. They like for us to spend, right? They like for us to be a spender, and that turns into them making products in other countries. So when we buy it, they get paid. They make their money. They also should spend. So it's just these worries are popping up. It's August, September, 2 months that are seasonally weak, right, for the most part. So we throw all this, the wheat, what's that going to do down? It's not like, so I don't like saying what's that going to do down the road. Well, the markets notice it. The market is not going to sit there until it's a problem. It's not going to know what to price. The market doesn't price in like a made up scenario that could possibly happen or could possibly not happen, right? So you notice, and I try to tell everyone that, first off, if the news is big enough, you're going to see moves in the currencies. 2, you're going to see the market, if it's that big of a deal, whether it's to the upside or downside, you don't have to be the first to the party. You should get at least you will get at least 2 days of good movement there if it's either, whether it's good news or bad news, and there's a reason why I say that. I just don't want you guys getting sucked into a bunch of stuff like, I don't know. So this chart's important. This chart's important. It could bring more worries, and you just have Biden do that stuff with trying not to, because of the competitiveness. Like, well, let's just say TikTok, for example. They're trying to slow down the amount of money that's spent in in a venture capitalist type of manner, where they look to raise capital to start a company that overtakes an American company. That, in a nutshell, that's what it is. So I said in the video, if you didn't watch it, go have a look. It's a great video. It's my very first video that I put out. Like I said, so I'm a work in progress. The stream's a work in progress. Also, 10-year inflation expectations, guys. Look at that jump as well. You had that China jump in their exports. You're getting that type of jump in 10-year inflation expectations. And then, as well as the 5-year is also just starting to bounce. You may not be able to see it that well, but you see this support or was prior resistance here. I would take that in, right? This is all resistance here. What is this? This is like 2.37, right? 2.37, and it looks like we may start to try and turn that into support. You even have somewhat of a cup and handle there, right? Right here. That's a cup, and you're putting in your handle right now. Does it rip up to the long side? You can look at these the same way you look at charts. I may have to use the restroom real quick. That's one thing I forgot to do. So if you guys are new here, I am actually moving the stream over into another room. I've been really busy doing a lot of things, doing stuff with the stream, doing stuff out, trying to spend time with my family while I have it, because it's just me that does this. It takes, it takes a lot of time and stuff. It takes a lot of effort, because I'm here to, my goal again is to help you guys that don't have the money or don't want to spend the money to fall for scams where you spend thousands of dollars only to be, pretty much sold short, because it was all, it was all good on whatever you got sold on, but once you got to that place, it's not as fun. And it's also not as fun because you're losing money, and then they tell you that in order for you to get better, well, statistically, if these people spent more money and that's what got them there. No, if that shit is so good, it needs to work the first time. with time, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe that's the thing with trading it. It's not fit for some people. All right, guys. So I just wanted to go over those because that's sentiment, right? I want to see retail sales. I'm going to be paying attention to that. Just for a heads up. I'm really wanting to see that number. All right, guys. So let's go to BTC USD. What is that? That is Bitcoin. Look at that. Wow, it just bounced back like that? Holy smokes. Our future's bouncing back. This is where I said we could break down. Wow, what's going on with Bitcoin? Is it just me, or is that a big move? I took a picture Sunday and I never used it. But I was watching this whole area, right? I said it could turn it into resistance. I think it was here Saturday. No, Friday, Saturday. Right there, guys. I'm pretty sure at 1 o'clock. That's about when it was. Yes. Because we were turning. No, this is a 1 hour, but it was like I thought here we would make it support. So if I zoom in, I thought that we ended up turning this area into support, where I thought it was like a failed breakdown, right? Where we could start making higher lows, right? If that was a low right there. I thought we could capture that and turn it into support. We never did. It put in a cup, failed, a failed cup. The cup did not hold the coffee. So, I mean, if you look let's go to a daily, right? The RSI is a little down. Could this help bring us up? Shake everybody up. What did it do? It rallied, put in a base, put in somewhat of a base, shook them out, tried to make a second leg higher, but this could all be a base and a range. This could be a longer term range here. And you sit here and we hold, 25, 25,000 to 31, 32, call it. I'd say 31, 30. Yeah, 31. You continue to hold this 25 and hang out from 25 to 30,000. This could be a longer term range where let's see if you start putting in like higher lows. Like if this thing does get a really nice pullback and then like it pulls back and it just puts in a higher low, like right here, right? Higher low, and then it just climbs, right? Pulls back and it climbs, and you get into like next year and whatnot. That's just how I try to look at things. Right now, I feel like we could get a bounce. Where would that bounce take us? It's hard to say. You would first look for that 29.3, right? 29.3, 29.5 psychological area, and see if it rejects there. I would look for the rejection there and then see what happens. Again, this is a daily chart. So if I take you guys in here, look how it put in a double top there right by that 50-day. We ripped up above the 50-day, and look at us try to hold it right there. Right? Put in a bull flag, failed breakout, but it looked like it wanted to break down. Did not. Right? And it looks like you're putting in a cup and handle here. You could have it. This is where you want to see the higher volume. You're kind of getting it. You had a nice volume bar here. You get down to here to find support at 29.26 area, 29.25. I would really look to see if it can try and break out, but I feel like the 50-day is going to meet it, and it's either going to reject and try to climb higher, or not reject, but it'll break through it, hold its support, and try to climb higher. If not, it may meet and reject it. We'll see. It's a cup and handle there. The thing is, again, with patterns, volume is so important because the volume is bigger than the selling. I always look for that. I always say, like, let's just say a cup and handle or a head and shoulders. If it's a bullish pattern like on this cup, you want to see lower volume on that downside. So that would be on the left side of the pattern. You want to see lower sell volume, and then you want to see an increase in that buying on that side. Again, a low volume pullback, bang. You know what I mean? Take that trade to the bank. Anyway, so that's Bitcoin. We'll keep our eyes on that. This stuff can give you guys trades. Mara, Riot, BITO, right? All that stuff. It also can help you with Qs, right? Where's the market going? So maybe that wasn't that extravagant of a move. I don't trade Bitcoin, so Not yet, at least. It's not that I don't trade. It's just, I'll buy it for a long term, and I don't know anything about gas fees and all that stuff. Guys, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, and we are going to cover charts. I'm going to go over charts. I know it's late, but we're going to get her done. I can't believe it's 11 o'clock already. All right, guys, let's run through these, and I'll be real quick. So, so there was also, I think, yen and I think there was something with currencies too. That's also, I think, why there was concerns. JPY USD, right? Look at this. I wish I could get them. Let me see if I can intertwine them. JPY USD. No, shit. Let me see here, guys, because I think I should be able to get it. I know that was loud. Yeah, it's not going to give it to me. That's okay. That's all right. So let's look at this. So the yen's been falling, right? The yen's been falling. See if, I guess it's trying to hold some type of support there. These are all the things you want to see, because if something is going to move that big, you're going to see it in currencies, like I said, right? Euro. So that was a 30-minute. I wanted the daily. I do got to check that. All right, let's see here. Give me a reset of the chart. EUR. Yeah, that's Euro futures? Okay. So the euro did try to bounce. Doesn't look like there's much there. Like, it's illiquid. Look at that. Looks like it's trying to turn it into resistance right now. All right. Here we go. It's a little bit better. Look at that. Look at that. Bang. Look at that, guys. Look at that. That is a nice cup and handle. Right? A little bit lower volume. I don't know. It's actually kind of even. So I take that back. And then you got somewhat, you tried to get an increase in volume on that side. With, like, look how little that volume is. Right? And then you had the increase in buying there. Right? That's one of those cup and handles. See how, this is how I try to tell people, like, when you guys see patterns, you want to see the candles nice and tight. You don't want, like, big up and down candles. You want them small. You just want them tight. Right? You want them tight together. When you, with time, and maybe if you aren't told that, you wouldn't know what to look for. Like this side here, like this up and down, right? If I pull this up for you guys are going to see what I'm talking about. Okay. No. Right here. Right here. This. You see how this is like boom, boom? Like it's, it kind of puts in a double bottom. And he had this long candle and then back and then Look how this is like curved at a, you do have this, but it's just curved. It's slanted on that side, comes up, pulls back. And this here, see how it's like up and down, up and down, up and down? That's how you could tell there was probably going to be a failed breakout. It did extend higher, that's for sure, but it didn't last. And it's this handle, this price action right here at the bottom, and then more so the volume, right? I need, these 2 days here, 3 days were really low, like they were anticipating them buying the dip, but usually you'll get your, on a cup and handle, you'll get it like not too far off of the base of the cup. It doesn't have to be like that, but it can. So let's do it. Let's get into some trades. Let's get into the stuff. Let's get into the stuff. Right? Let's look at VIX futures real quick. See where we're at. Hold on. I thought. So unchanged, or let me make sure I have the right one up, because I don't think I do. What is, I'm sorry, Friday. Fuck. I know I have VIX futures on here. I know I do. I'm not sure, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, no big deal. No big deal. So we know the longer end of the yield curve has been on an uptick, right? The whole yield curve is it's in the process of flatlining, bringing the longer end duration up. The 2-year has moved up, and then it's like the 2-year. So the whole yield curve has just like shifted upwards. And then you want to see if we start bringing that back end down and could possibly get up above the 2-year. All right, so 394, or I'm sorry, 395, 446. What am I talking about? 395, 396 on the SPY. So what am I going to look for this week, right? I'm going to look for the S&Ps. Now that everybody and their mother thinks that we get a bounce back, I think we come down to test the 50-day early in the week. And then we look for the bounce end of week, right? Seems a little weird. I came on the video earlier and I said, guys, I want to see if we can get a bounce and then fade it. So my thought process is, I wonder if we're able to get out of this wedge, right? I wonder if we're able to get out of this wedge. But I really would like to see if we even start to put in a longer term higher low. Could we do it? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we start to try and rally. There's a gap fill up here, but maybe we try and get back up to like 350, or 450, 455. And then like the market comes up, puts in that higher low, and we kind of just consolidate up here. Maybe we test 430. With everyone saying what they were saying, I don't know if I would like to, trust in that very much. So I'm going to send over a clip. It's not a clip, but I want you guys to see this. I'm going to send it. Let's see here. If you guys haven't done so, if you could like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 likes, and we're also trying to get to 100 subscribers. Right? Okay. Subject, chart. Oh, I mean chart. Actual size. All right, so let's look at this, because this is important. Right? Van Meter puts this out every Sunday. Right? He puts it out every Sunday, and it's kind of good to know. And this guy, I mentioned it this weekend, and the guy, to someone who was asking me, or made a comment, he's like, that's insider trading. Well, it's not insider trading. This is not a company, right? These are indexes, which are, which have multiple companies in them. But this is not like insider trading is more so, you know, aligning yourself with a company that you work for or know or have ties to. You know, they're getting ready to do this merger, and then this merger is really good, or they got it at a really good price. And before they file their paperwork, you're out here buying calls and you're out here buying the actual stock because maybe the company that was bought is trading for like $2.50, $3 when they are going to agree, when you already know that they're going to agree for like a $10, $10.50, per share buyout, and you automatically buy the $2, $3 stocks to get that $3 to $10 upside. That's insider trading. Taking advantage of M&As, mergers and acquisitions, and and doing stuff like that. Like if a company's failing and you're going hella short, that's insider trading. This is CMA's. This is the S&P's. Like, how much do they have to sell in an uptick? How much do they have to sell in a downtick? How much are they buying in an uptick versus selling, and all that fun stuff. VTGN ran 3,500 last week. Could be some sympathy tomorrow. Yeah, I am looking for small caps. Hope you had a good weekend, NASCAR. That's all. Yeah. I know, man. I know. I'm actually shifting my focus there. Probably. I have a few large caps here, but so the stream kind of took me away from small caps for a little bit because of like just when I'm learning everything, and don't like if I'm while I'm trying to talk and do things like that, because we do trade live every day right here, Monday through Friday, Ivy League Trading YouTube.com, 7:30 to 4. With me talking and kind of looking at things, and doing other stuff to try to get the stream where I want it. I haven't looked. I have looked during the day, but I never. I didn't trade. I didn't wake up and I'm already trading at 7 o'clock in the morning, but it should be coming. But that's awesome, man. Yeah. See, the thing is, there's so many people that talk about small caps, not that like, oh, you can't make money, this and that. But the thing is like they're telling other people to not trade it or have an opinion about it, and it just shows me that they don't know how to trade. Because what the hell are they going to do? Because I don't expect this volatility to end anytime soon, but if this volatility ends, where are you going to get your volatility from? You ain't going to just be able to trade NVIDIA, Amazon and stuff. They're going to be so slow that you're not going to make any money. What are you going to do when this volatility quits? You need to be diverse, right? Like NASCAR. I'm sure he can play large caps, mid caps, and small caps. In order to be a top tier trader, you should be able to have, even if because a lot of trading people don't practice things, and they should, like taking small amounts of money and trading small caps when they're on, right, when they're going, and you get a couple that set it off, then you're lighting up the scanners. The scanners are going to go nuts, and you want to be able to take advantage of that, right? Because the overall market may come a time when we go back to normal market, doing $1.50, $2 tops, right? That's still even a big day. So having, like he said, VTGN, which there could be sympathies, like he's saying, it ran 3,500% last Monday, right? Do you think whoever else is short, because they also know as a trader, if they're short these small caps, they're gonna want to take profit, because who's to say that the stock that they're in short, or a variety of stocks that they're short, isn't going to light up the scanner and get attacked, and then they're screwed, right? So, appreciate you shouting that out, NASCAR. I hope you had a great weekend. I just had to say, I don't like it when people do that, when they're like, oh, don't trade small caps, or don't trade Peloton. If you can make money on it, you should think about doing it, right? It's like, don't tell someone else what to do. Just say, you know what, it's not my field, I don't know how to trade it or whatever, but I just hate that stuff. It's like some people think that their opinion is facts, and it is like that's how it should be, and I'm like, oh my gosh, some of the stuff I say, I'm like, what in the world? Maybe some people shouldn't be able to have, it's not that they shouldn't have access to the internet and stuff, but out here people watching 200,000 has 200,000 views, and watching his girl, he said, I gave my girlfriend this for gold or doing something, and made $15,000. I'm like, and then tries to say why gold went up. He said gold went up because people are taking their money out of the banks and buying gold. Who in the hell do you know? Is your grandmother taking out, or your mom, or your grandmother? Are they taking all their money out and buying gold? Nope. It's because of Basel III. It's because gold is now a tier 1 asset. The banks can actually buy it and back it up with their loans. That's the actual real reason. This is someone who knows what the hell is going on, right? Not because everybody's talking about the banks and then tying the banks into why gold's going up. No, the dollar's fallen, right? The dollar's fallen. That's going to let gold run. Energy prices are already up there, and what's stopping gold is the dollar, right? So as soon as that dollar, you get pressure off the dollar, that gold's going to be able to do what it did. And we were buyers in November because we knew things early December into January. We sold in March. I did. I had GLD calls in December going in, and I was buying them, on the dips into January. Huge trade for me this year. Huge trade for me was GLD getting in early. Let's go through the charts. NASCAR, thank you, man. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. It's always good to see you. It's a pleasure. I will be bringing up small caps and looking into them. I'm going to be pretty focused this week, guys. I'm going to be pretty focused this week. So if you guys saw the video I put out earlier, I mentioned a Head and Shoulders. I got to looking at it, and I didn't say, hey, I'm talking about like the hourly chart, not the daily. Because if you look at the daily, it looks like there's a Head and Shoulders here, right? Look at that Head and Shoulders. That's pretty nice, right? I was actually talking about an inverse for a bullish side of things if it held. I gave you guys the levels here on the live. It broke through them, so we changed the plan. Where am I going to take this from? This sell off here, right? It may need room, right? It may need some room, but this looks like we could get GLD and gold possibly to come back down. We will see. We'll see what happens. Maybe I have to look at it when I'm not tired and stuff and not running around. Again, if you guys don't know, I am moving the stream over where I have CNBC, I have my TV and everything on the wall, and so that'll be good. So we have a Head and Shoulders here. We cracked the 50-day, tried to hold a support, said you just could not get hot. You could not break higher, and let alone the volume. Again, what's the dollar doing? The dollar is starting to rise. It's finding support. So GLD is going to be on the list. I actually want to see if I can get a bounce back on this. I am looking for a bounce back on GLD. Gold, pretty much. We'll look at this oval. Let's see here. Nothing too much with the 20-day. But look at that breakdown. Look at that breakdown. So now if we see the dollar, so let's go to the dollar to see where everything is at with it real quick. That way we can tie. This is painting the picture. So we have a range here on the dollar that I think we have a range here. The dollars ran up. Look at that run. We should expect a pullback on the dollar, or not be surprised if there's a pullback, because that'll help with this gold falling out of bed, being able to catch a bid for a day or two, right? And I'm talking short-term moves. I'm not talking like a swing trade and like saying that, the dollar's coming right back down to the 90s and gold's going back to 2000. That could happen, but it's highly unlikely right at this moment. So Dixie trading right now? Where's the gap? Where am I off? Am I really that tired? Sunday. Okay. So we did not gap up or down. Oh, there's the line right there. I see. I got it. Right there. Oh, hold on. August. Oh, okay. What the hell? There we go. I was right. I'm sorry, guys. I was getting a little tired. I did a lot of work today, and this weekend was rough. Okay, so there we go. Right there. It was flat. There's the 13th. There's the 13th. And there's Friday, the 11th. Alright. So, no gap down or anything crazy, but it's climbing. Look at that incline. You know, you start getting the 10s and 20s starting on the back end of that yield curve start to rise. Watch the 10-year. It's going to put a hurting on these tech stocks. It's going to put pressure on them, I should say. So there's the dollar still rallying. I wanted to see where in conjunction with the range that we have. Where is it? Okay. All right. It's not too far from resistance. I think it's gonna stall up here at 103.2. Right? I think that'll be the area. 103.2 is my guess on where the dollar stalls. So here's GLD. If the dollar does stall, let's see if we can get a bounce back. Look how oversold it is, right? Your RSI is sitting there in the high 37s, 38. 37.9 is where it's at if you guys can't see that. So if I take you guys to like a half-hour chart, I know you guys that are here, I know members, you guys know, there's a left shoulder head. And then I was looking for the curl here, and we never got it. I said if it breaks down, I had a circle here where I said, hey, if it gets down here and, you know, if it gets there on low volume, it can't get itself back up, and you don't get buyers, and the dollar's rising, which it is, then we'll look for that trail or look for that trade to be no more because, you know, I'm not going to short it. I would just much rather go long on like a pullback with the dollar and stuff. That's all. That's all that is. We talked about oil, right? We talked about oil in the video. It's been on a run. Look, it damn near got to our target. We put this target up so long ago when I, like, the second, third week I did this stream. The target's been sitting there. You know, this helps me. It lets me know that I'm reading the markets pretty accurately. And if you guys have any tickers, throw them in the chat. Excuse me. So let's go into it. So we have the SPY, right? We said everybody thinks that the SPY is going to pull back the first couple of days and then rally end of the week. I said it myself earlier. But now what's bothering me is the fact that everybody and their mother's saying that. Do we pull back Monday, Tuesday, you know, level out a little bit Wednesday, and then start to rally to the end of the week? Yeah, that was the little girl coming. I was like, who in the heck? So, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see if we turn this into resistance on futures, which it looks like it's trying to do. All right. So, in a quick, if you guys ever have trouble like trying to do things with like charts, like trying to figure out like support and resistance and stuff, what could really help you guys is to, you know, I know a lot of you aren't new here, so forgive me for doing this, but it's going to be quick. You guys pan it out and look back a couple days on a 5-minute, whatever you guys need. You'll notice that, again, support and resistance is an area. Support. Finally broke, but honestly, to truth be told, we gapped below it. And then what did we do? We rallied. Resistance. So, therefore, 446 is now Viva la Resistance. So, if the SPY is going to be weak, right, I'm going to be wanting to trade weak stocks, right? Weak stocks. Don't have a list of them just yet, but I do have some. NVIDIA was weak. We already traded this Friday, right? We traded this Friday. Very nice trade. You could have got the 405s, 410s, 415s, whatever floats your boat. Those things went 300, 400, 500%, right? Those 10-cent contracts were up at 70 on the 400s. It really kicked in again when you broke that this prior gap fill, and you broke below that gap fill. This was our target. I put this here because this was our target, this area. I said I want to look to get Nvidia to fill that gap, and if we fill that gap, I think we have room to 408, right? So I will look for Nvidia. It's still weak. It's still weak. Now it's turning 408 as resistance. So do we continue to head lower? Right? Do we continue to head lower? It's always important to, which I didn't do at the SPY. I can do it tomorrow morning. It's important to look at the weekly chart. Right? It's important because you're going to be able to, first off, see where you open the week at. Right? Say if we gapped up, do we pull back into 408 Friday's low or Friday's close, and then Nvidia start to rally? Like, just, I'm not talking like making new highs, but just put in a higher low on the daily, right? So the 20-day is down there. Let me see if I can find. The 50-day is probably so far away. It just crossed above the 100 not too long ago, and then, that's how I try and look at stuff. It's like, this is a weekly chart, mind you. So I'll know, like with the S&Ps, I traded off of Friday's lows, or like 2 Fridays ago's low last week, because we were holding Friday's low all week until Friday. So I was paying attention to that, and Friday was a pretty big sell-off from what I remember. Last Friday, like 2 Fridays ago, I'm sorry. So is AMD due for a bounce? I would think so, right? You did break below the 50-day. So worst case, let's say if we continue to the downside, if the markets do pull back and we do get the, Monday, Tuesday, inside day Wednesday possibly, but we have FOMC minutes. Does FOMC minutes give us that rally to the upside and we're way oversold, right? So Nvidia is one of those stocks where I want to be short if the market's pulling back. I want to be short if the market's pulling back for the obvious reasons. We are way undersold for the most part. Your RSI is at a 36. Okay, RSI is at a 36. I mean, Nvidia isn't going anywhere. Nvidia is the top dog in this space, right? They are the top dog. So game plan here. I'm sorry, I was getting this chart's frustrating me. I just wanted you, because I can't see the 50 days, so I can't imagine you guys seeing it. So here you go. Here's the 50-day. Right there's your 50-day. Edit. Oval. Man, I gotta watch because I'm tired. So there's our 50-day right there. That blue circle. I know it's probably hard for you guys to see it. Do we get a bounce back and turn 420 into resistance? Right? 420 could be an area we could look to get that bounce back on that short side and ride it to 400. Right? Like I said, are we going to get a bounce back early and then fade into the week? That was my initial thought because of how oversold and the move that we had last week. Or because everyone's saying that. I said it, and then tonight I've literally heard everybody and their mother say it. This could remind you of the beginning of the year when everybody thought we were going to have, our talks, recession and unemployment start to tick up and start talking about the Fed cutting rates this time last year, and it didn't happen. The markets rallied, so for that simple reason, I am going to just see where we open, and I'm going to just play my levels. So if the SPY is strong, we could look for a pullback on Nvidia, right? But I would much rather be long down here at 400, and then either be short at 420 and then be long at 400. Those are the sides of the trades I'd rather have. So if we pull back into 420 and the market just it's not strong, but it's kind of just making higher lows, right? It's making higher lows. I'm going to look at Nvidia to see if it can get up there and then see if we can roll it back over. Once we get back up with that 50-day, which is this orange line. Let's see here. Man, I'm tired, so it's weird. I just don't want to say anything stupid. My mind's trying to like have me say stupid stuff. So, again, we are moving the stream. I'm excited. Let's see. That's like a mutant Head and Shoulders with the head in the middle and the shoulders are bigger. So you have a huge area of resistance up here. And and you never turned it into resistance. You never turned that sport into resistance. Wow. So we really fell out of bed here, guys, on that move. This is what I'm talking about. See this move here? You bounced back a little bit, then it just took it. Bang. Just dropped. The floor fell. The floor opened up and it just fell. All right. So, this could be a nice, bounce back on Nvidia, but it's naturally weak. So we'll go over that in the morning. So something strong too is Amazon. I've been watching that. I said this last week. Amazon has had great earnings. Amazon and Google. So there's been a change, right? You haven't heard anybody say this. I haven't. If you think about it, who were the leaders October and like since we've done this rally? You've had Apple, Microsoft, and even Tesla turn around. But what two was weak? The two that were weak, it's like swapped. Now it's Amazon and Google. The weaker ones are bouncing back, had good earnings, only for Apple and Microsoft to sell off. Right? You see how it rotated, right? It's a little hard to point those things out unless you haven't been told or thought about it, but those Microsoft and Apple were the leaders. Now the tide has turned, and now it's Amazon and Google that are trying to do the upside. All right, so I just need something. My mouth was dry. Let me get this right. So I want to see if Amazon, if the markets pull back, and depending the manner that they pull back, if that pullback starts to bring in a little bit of volume, and you're starting to notice the SPY put in higher lows, and we might be like trying to bet the SPY might be bouncing back. I want to be long Amazon. This area at 136.50, major support, 136.50 to 137. My target for those is going to be up here, 139.50 to 140. Right? That's going to be my main area that I would like to take some profits off. This trade isn't too volatile. It only moves a couple dollars. If you don't know, you want to know the ATR, the average true range, volume, all that stuff. If it has news, if it has upgrades or downgrades, if it doesn't have any type of news or nobody's talking about it. Because if you take a trade on it and you don't know that there was an upgrade or a downgrade, you're like, wait, what happened? That type of news is going to trump technical levels every time. So these are the bigger names. I was wanting to look at down names and stuff, but I'm just tired. I've been moving everything, and it's been a lot of work. We will be in the other room tomorrow morning. I'm so excited. So if you haven't done so already, if you could, subscribe and like. We're trying to get to 100 likes and 100 subscribers. So Google's actually putting in a Head and Shoulders. Looks like a lot of different little areas are. Right? Or this is Netflix. I'm sorry. Very clear support level here. I already have it located, but so I apologize for that. I just needed something. I know it doesn't sound good with me talking like this. So if the markets are weak, I want to see if we get a bounce back in the 429, 430 area. And see if we can make this area of support resistance now. You have a double bottom. This level has been tested. It's an important level. It's broke. So if you get a bounce back and you start to see that increase in selling off of that level, you could start to see other traders taking that short. The thing is, at least on a 15-minute, this thing's a little oversold. Matter of fact, it's really oversold. Doesn't look like there's been too much volume. Like me personally, I can trade, I could trade this all day long, even with the spreads that it might have. Look at this. This is when I want to trade Netflix, though. Look at this. Obviously, that was earnings, but look at this volume. This is where we want to be. That's where at least that's what I like to look for. And you can start to see it build up and do that before, it makes the move. Because usually there'll be a day where not too many people know about it and they're already in it. They've caught a nice upside. And then you get that day 2 continuation because then everybody's talking about it. Right? It's made its rounds and now everybody knows that this is, not saying Google, but they're, in that example, you got a runner and people want to hop on that. So Netflix, 429.50, 429 to 430. If the SPY bounces back and rejects, I want to be short Netflix. I'm going to go into Dow names. We brought up GLD already, like gold. I want to see if the dollar pulls back. Hold on. So what I'm saying is, why do I think like the markets could start to bounce back and then fade at end of the week? Possibly, or just bounce back this week and then look for a more of a pullback next week, or FOMC minutes maybe. I don't know. I don't think FOMC minutes are going to do that much, but my thought process is that the dollar is overbought. The 10-year is overbought. So if they start to pull back, and they start as soon as tomorrow or Tuesday, we could look for the equity markets to bounce back. While the 10-year and longer term, 10, 20, and maybe even the 2s, they start to pull back. And that helps, tech stocks and the equity markets, because the markets have been going up with the 2-year. So I kind of want to discount the 2-year and mainly focus on the 10, right? AMD hasn't been as weak. I've been watching this all last week. I watched it. I've been really watching Tesla, Nvidia, and AMD. There's a really nice support level here on AMD. It's at like 101.50. Call it 100 flat. AMD has its 100-day moving average coming in right now. 50-day is curling down. It's a sign of weakness. Even if AMD, so you do have a gap here, by the way. You have a gap here. That gap is 108.80. Now, again, this is a daily chart, so we'll say 108.50. 108.90. So maybe we'll call it, what is that? And again, guys, I'm really tired. I've been doing a lot of work. I do apologize that the stream wasn't up to our standards. I have to watch this back to make sure I'm not like saying anything crazy because I'm so tired. 109. We'll see if we can just try and bounce back, from 109 and get ourselves back up out of this bull flag and get up to like whoa, that's 117. I want to see if they can fill the gap one, but you have another gap here at what is that, 113.21. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking at for AMD, which is a possible bounce back. We're pretty oversold. The volume got a little bit bigger to the downside, but not much bigger. I want to see if that dollar pulls back. The 10-year yields, they pull back, pull in a little bit. And then maybe we get our bounce here and then fade at end of the week as, the dollar and interest rates kind of, I guess, if things happen like that, the dollar rally and the 10-year rally, and that'll bring us down the end of the week, right? That's one idea. This is why I want to worry about tech and things like that. Let's go to HD. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna cut this stream off a little early tonight because I am so tired right now. HD has earnings. We're gonna cover the earnings plays. Oh, I did send this over. Let's do this real quick. The CTA positioning again. I have ADHD, so you guys gotta remind me. Sometimes I forget. If you forgot to like and subscribe now, that would be really cool if you forgot. It's all good. I know we're not, I forget things too. But now's your chance. Free 99. Like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers and 100 likes on any video, whatever. I'm just so tired, guys. I've been doing so much work. HD has earnings here. It says 8:15. All right. So HD has actually been on a tear. I forget. Like, I've been saying that down names have been strong. Oil, Boeing, Home Depot. So Home Depot has a very clear resistance level up here on the daily. I've been watching this thing since back down here. It was like, I thought it was cheaper than that. Damn it. Dang it, I mean. Alright, never mind then. I don't know why. Yeah, maybe it was the 300 level or something. I don't know. But let's just get over that. Forget it. Resistance, guys. 331. Minor level of resistance. So let's go back to previous highs. You have a pretty major level of resistance up here at 335. So 335, depending on what the earnings are, if we gap up above it and pull back, and the earnings are so-so, or bad, which I don't see why they would gap up if they were bad, but if you get up there, you got to see if it can hold it, and you got to take that depending on the earnings there. So that's going to be it for tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I am so out of it right now. I'm so tired. I thank you guys for the cooperation and being here tonight. I'm sorry for the stream. I come join us. We trade live Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4. I trade a little earlier than that. I can come on. It's free 99. We would love to see you there. Come up with a game plan and tear this market to shreds. So thank you for bearing with me. I'm sorry we were late, but we're moving this into the other room. Now I'm afraid that I wanted to do it after the stream, and now I'm so tired that I don't know if I could do it. You could probably see it in my eyes, you see? So, sorry for that. I know that was loud. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. If you haven't, like, share, subscribe. Watch the video from earlier. That was a really good video. That'll cover a lot of what of what we need to be looking for. All right? Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great night. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we will see you in the morning, 7:30.